Hi, this is Adrian, and I'm going to explain about how to do yearly sun signs. As I explained in the daily sun sign video, the way you do sun signs is you make a horoscope with planets and you place on the ascendant or the first house the sign in question. So, if it's for Taurus, you put Taurus on the ascendant. The second house would be Gemini, the third house would be Cancer, etc. So it's an equal house horoscope with the zodiac sign in question on the ascendant. But when you're doing yearly sun signs, you can't just follow the course of the moon and Mercury, Venus and the sun, etc. They're going too fast. You need an overview, a perspective of what's going on in the horoscope. And the way you do this is you look at the movement of the outer planets, which is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. And one of the fantastic things about this period of time is that Uranus and Pluto have been in square to each other. Very, very rare aspect. The last time it happened in 1930. So they've been in square. And as you can see here, they actually make a series of squares 7 times. I've never seen that before in history, but perhaps it's happened hundreds of years ago. I don't know. So the thing about Uranus and Pluto, they show collective forces that we're simply not in control of. Very much connected with cyberspace, all this surveillance, and Edward Snowden stuff. Americans listening to everything, and our reaction to that. This is a very much connected with the use or the use of technology for surveillance. That's Uranus and Pluto, but it's a lot of other things. And you can see in 2014 that the 5th and 6th of the series of squares takes place. And it does this once in April and once in December. And so when we're looking at sun sign astrology, what we want to see is where in the horoscope the Uranus-Pluto square falls. And then we're going to introduce the other outer planets and see what's going on between them. So I've made a solar chart for Capricorn. You can see here that there's Capricorn on the ascendant. And what's important here is where is the ruling planet for Capricorn, which is Saturn, and it's in Scorpio, pretty secretive, powerful, in the 11th house to do with groups, social life. So that's going to be the main theme for Capricorns in 2014. And you can also see that the Pluto square Uranus takes place with Pluto in Capricorn's first house and Uranus in Capricorn's 4th house of the home. So the changes and transformations that are going to take place for Capricorn are going to be in the personal life and in the home life. And as you can see, in April 2014, Jupiter comes up through Cancer, and it makes exactly at 13 degrees, it activates the square between Pluto and Uranus. In fact, Mars comes up here as well at 13, and Venus comes here as well. So the month of April is an incredibly dynamic month for Capricorn, with a lot of catharsis happening in career, home life and partnership. That's when it all happens, and of course it can be really quite difficult for Capricorn. So you'd have the horoscope on the right hand side maybe, and your text on the left hand side, and you start writing. And for Capricorn you might start by saying, well, Saturn's in the Scorpio in the 11th house, so it's a period of hard work establishing your social position in one way or another. And so generally the more responsibility you take in relation to friends and groups, the better. You might go on to say, because you have to mention, of course, that Pluto-Uranus is activating the personal and home life, a lot of upheaval there, and you'll want to give some encouragement about that. And after this rather difficult period in April, Jupiter in May, Jupiter moves on and it makes a trine to Saturn, which is a very, very harmonious aspect. And Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, which shows somebody or group or some advisor, somebody who's a really, really good support for Capricorn. So you might write something like, what makes this year more constructive than last year is the fact that you have extremely strong allies. That would be Jupiter in the 7th. And they have the power, because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, to help you expand your influence, especially towards the end of May. That's when the trine is exact. So that's how you might sort of start writing about the year for Capricorn. It's very different for each of the 12 signs, depending especially on where Uranus and Pluto are, but also, where the other outer planets are. Hope you enjoy my yearly sun signs. Subscribe, then you can read the next year, next month, next week, next day, and I'd appreciate the support. Thanks very much.